motion.
Awesome.
Called the meeting to order for the Wicomico County Council Legislative Session 2022-23 from November 1st, 2022. Those that like to stand and join us in the Lord's Prayer and Pledge of Allegiance, please do.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. There's the power, kingdom, forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. Entertain a motion from council to approve the consent
So
agenda.
moved.
Second.
Second.
Any corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The consent agenda is approved. This time we have a proclamation to recognize National Runaway Prevention Month. Is anyone here to accept the proclamation?
They probably ran away.
Okay, if not, what we'll do is we have some people still coming in.
Here you go.
We're good, okay. Vice President Davis will read the proclamation. Here representing the Phoenix Youth Project.
This proclamation for National Runaway Prevention Month for Miss Amber Green, who does a fine job at Phoenix Youth Project with the youth. November is National Runaway Prevention Month, which began in 2002. It's presented each year by National Runaway Safe Line, the federally designed national communication system for runaway and homeless youth. Runaway youth are often expelled from their homes, have experienced traumas, struggle to meet basic needs, and are at increased danger of falling into high-risk situations, including human trafficking. Phoenix Youth Project Incorporated is working to raise awareness, support, and resources for young people in the community and provide a safe space grounded in social justice for young people to learn, educate, and transform their lives. Now, therefore, the Acton County Executive and the Wicomico County Council hereby proclaim November as National Runaway Prevention Month in Wicomico County and encourage all citizens to appreciate the role they can play in advocating for and providing safe alternatives to this vulnerable population of youth, done the first day of November 2022.
Yes, thank you all for this support, especially with proclaiming November being National Runaway Prevention Month. This is our second year partaking in this National Awareness Month with the National Runaway Prevention Month and 1-800-SAFE line. And it's really important to know that the increase of homeless youth is really happening on the Lower Shore, and Phoenix Youth Project is working hard with serving the homeless youth community in Wicomico County and also in Somerset. Somerset, we also proclaimed National Runaway Prevention Month this afternoon. And then we'll be doing additional counties as well. So thank you again for showing the youth that they are being heard and that they are being listened to. Thank you.
Ms. Hurley, or evening.
Good evening, Mr. President, council members, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get started, I have one announcement to make, and that is Legislative Bill 2022-10 pertaining to the open storage tanks for the DAF material was returned to the council office by the Acton County Executive unsigned. In accordance with Charter Section 411, if the county executive does not return the bill within 21 days, either approving or vetoing it, the bill automatically becomes law. The bill became law on October the 27th and will go into effect 60 days later, which is December the 27th.
Hey, Ms. Hurley.
Okay, the first item on the agenda this evening is a public hearing on resolution number 141-2022. This is to amend the fiscal year 2023 operating and capital budget and the fiscal year 2023 capital improvement plan to increase project funding and expenditures for the new public safety building in the amount of $150,151. A public hearing notice was published in the local newspaper and posted on the county's website. And we have Pam Olin here, Director of Finance, if there are any questions.
This time we open the floor for public hearing on Resolution 141-2022. If you have any comments you'd like to make, come to the podium, please. State your name, your county of residence, and your concern. That concludes the public hearing on Resolution number 141-2022. Entertain a motion from council to approve Resolution 141-2022. Second?
Second.
Motion second. Discussion. Ms. Olin, good evening. How are you? You have any guests you'd like to bring forward?
He's here. Major Richardson's here if we have any further questions. But this is the continuation of kind of the adjustment that we talked about at the last meeting, that there would be a budget amendment for both the state's attorney's office, which I think is item number 7 on the list, and this one, which is item number 1. We are asking for the funds from this to be put into the project for the public safety building, in the fact that, as I've stated previously, that project does not have funding yet for any furniture, fixtures, and equipment, and thus the recommendation is to utilize these funds for that. And hopefully we don't have any contingency needs, but again, it puts it in the project and makes it available for that project.
Questions? Nope, I think that's great. It's really good. All those in favor of Resolution 141-2022, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution 141-2022 passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next for your consideration is resolution number 142-2022. This is declaring a 1-acre portion of the property located at the Hebron Convenience Center on Old Railroad Road, Hebron, Maryland, as surplus for purchase by Porter Mill LLC. Council had a work session on this request on September the 20th, and a public hearing was held on October the 18th. And Mr. Mark Whitelock is here if there's any questions.
Thank you. Entertain a motion from council to approve Resolution 142-2022.
I move.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution 142-2022 passes unanimously.
Next is resolution number 143-2022, declaring a 1-acre portion of the property located at the Hebron Convenience Center on Old Railroad Road, Hebron, Maryland, as surplus for donation to the Commissioners of Hebron for a water tower, together with a fee simple right-of-way access. And again, council had a work session on this request on September the 6th and a public hearing on October the 18th.
Entertain a motion from council to approve Resolution 143-2022.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of Resolution 143-2022 say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution passes. Thank you, Mr. Whitelock.
Next is a submission of several appointments to the Social Services Advisory Board and Local Management Board. Pursuant to Section 413 of the Charter, the acting county executive has submitted several names for confirmation to the Social Services Advisory Board and the Local Management Board. The Social Services Advisory Board selects a director for the Department of Social Services and advises the director and state director as to the local application of state policies and procedures. Members are to be well informed on local departmental activities and to communicate to residents of the county information as to the objectives, policies, programs, and problems of social services and public assistance administration. The Local Management Board promotes a safe, healthy, and stable environment for all county children and families by achieving a comprehensive system of education, health, and human services whose effectiveness and responsiveness addresses the needs of children and families through a public and private interagency collaboration. Next is the approval of the consent agenda for the boards and commissions. Resolution number 144-2022 is confirming the appointment of Rebecca Webster to serve as a member of the Department of Social Services Advisory Board. Resolution number 145-2022 is confirming the appointment of Michael B. Mathers Esquire to serve as a member of the Department of Social Services Advisory Board. Resolution number 146-2022 is confirming the appointment of Jamie Riley to serve as a member of the Department of Social Services Advisory Board. Resolution number 147-2022 is confirming the appointment of Captain Richard Weersberg to serve as a member of the Department of Social Services Advisory Board. Resolution number 148-2022 is confirming the appointment of Emmanuel C. Oniziti, Ph.D., to serve as a member of the Department of Social Services Advisory Board. And then resolution number 149-2022 is confirming the appointment of Roy C. Brewington Jr., MPA, as a member of the Local Management Board, also known as the Wicomico Partnership for Families and Children. Resolution number 150-2022 is confirming the appointment of Crystal Tomer, CSC-AD, as a member of the Local Management Board, also known as the Wicomico Partnership for Families and Children.
Thank you. Entertain a motion for council approval of the consent agenda in reference to the boards and commission appointments.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Any discussions? I'd like to thank all the individuals who did come forward and volunteer to be on the boards and commissions. It's very beneficial to the county, and we appreciate you taking the time and to come forward on behalf of Wicomico County. All those in favor of the approval of the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. The consent agenda for the boards and commissions is approved unanimously.
Okay, the next item for business is resolution number 151-2022, authorizing the acting county executive to accept a grant award from the Governor's Office of Crime Control and Prevention entitled Edward J. Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grants in the amount of $11,500. This funding is to be used for tuition and lodging expenses for a deputy to attend the School of Police Staff and Command by the Northwestern University Center of Public Safety. And we have Captain Tim Robinson here from the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office.
Can a motion from council to approve Resolution 151, 2022?
So move.
Second.
Second.
Motion second. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Would you like to let us know?
Well, this is a program that we've applied for that we anticipate receiving. It's a great program. It's one of the preeminent academic schools to prepare a future leader at the Sheriff's Office. I'm a graduate of the program, so is Captain Weersberg of the Northwestern School of Police Staff and Command.
I want to say I attended some for the fire service, and it's well worth it. So whoever's going, congratulations.
It's a very well-respected program. It's about 10 weeks long.
That's great. I just want to say that I'd love to see these kind of things. The more that we can have, the community can feel confident that our.
And that's exactly what it is. It's just so we can prepare
Yeah.
future leadership and try to get ahead of the game as people in my position are looking at retirement in the next couple of years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All those in favor of Resolution 151, 2022, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Resolution passes. Thank you, Captain.
Next is resolution number 152-2022. This is to amend the fiscal year 2023 operating budget to increase funding and expenditures for contractual services and startup funding for the state's attorney's office for the newly formed Wicomico County Narcotics Task Force in the amount of $217,297. And we have Pam Olin here, Director of Finance, if there are any questions.
Can a motion from council to approve Resolution 152-2022?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Go ahead, McQuist. Josh.
I just want a little more background, if you can, on this.
So as we stated earlier, this is the funding coming from the shutdown of the previous task force. These are requests by the state's attorney's office to utilize those fundings in their department. One of them is that they are going to participate in the newly reformed task force, and so they need kind of seed money, so we need to budget for that, and they also have some additional needs for within the department, and these funds can be utilized for that instead of taking fund balance or contingency.
Is it going to be made public what agencies will be involved in the new task force?
I don't know the answer to the question.
That's fine. That's
Jamie,
fine.
you
I don't believe it's a secret.
you can use the mic. Let us know who you are.
For the record.
Nobody knows.
Jamie Dyke, State's Attorney.
Thank you.
So it is there's a memorandum of understanding created, the new task force, and the members are Fruitland Police Department, the Maryland State Police, and my office.
Okay, good.
So
Amy, are these, are the training materials, the external and the internal, are they state training materials that are being used statewide, or are you just using them specifically for this county?
specifically for our office, our prosecutors, and specifically the newly formed evidence review unit in terms of getting technology, training for the technology and to get prosecutors, now that we're through the COVID backlog, it's nice to be able to recommit that way.
See the funding being used in this matter.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Any other questions? All those in favor of Resolution 152-2022, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Resolution 152-2022 passes unanimously.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Mr. President, that is all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Hurley. At this time, we open the floor for public comments. If you have any comments that you'd like to make, come to the podium, please. State your name, your county of residence, and your concerns. All right, that concludes public comments. Council comments. Joe, we're trying to get out of here by 6:20. Go ahead.
You don't want me to filibuster tonight? No, I just say that this past weekend, we had the opportunity to go to, some of the council members had the opportunity to go to the VFW 100-year anniversary, Wicomico County. It was a nice event. And then went to the Delmar Fire Department for their annual banquet, which they got to honor a lot of long-term fire service members. That was an interesting evening. Had a great time. So anyway, that's all I have.
Very good. Any other comments? Larry?
Yeah, November 13th through the 19th is American Education Week. If we don't have it on the agenda, can we get a proclamation?
Yeah, they forgot that.
Comments? Yes, Josh.
I'll just say it's early voting is going on, so please go and vote early now through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We have 2 locations in the county, one on First Baptist. I always get to say it's First Baptist Church, and then another at the Civic Center. So please go. And then also we've got I think we have a decent amount of outstanding ballots that people have requested. They gotta go ahead and turn those in. So if you hear my voice and you're listening to this now, please go encourage folks to either go vote or turn in those ballots. Thank you. Or November 8th. Yes, that's also 1 week from today. It'll be an interesting day. So thank you.
Any other comments? Seeing none. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn from legislative session to go into an open work session followed by a closed work session pursuant to the local government article section 3-305B3 to consider the acquisition of real property for a public purpose and matter directly related thereto for a Wicomico library project. This is to protect the county's bargaining power. That's it.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting's adjourned. First item on the open work session agenda is the forest conservation relocation. Ms. Cassie Dyson, there we go. How are you? This is a forest conservation relocation of 17,896 square feet, located at 6822. Hang on a second. Yeah, Quantico Road in Hebron. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm Cassie Dyson. So Mr. Gregory Wilson and Janelle May need to relocate the 17,806 square foot on site. They're doing it at a 1-to-1 mitigation ratio on the northern portion of the site so they can relocate their sewage reserve area. So they're requesting to move that on site.
Any questions? Okay, we don't have any questions. Ms. Hurley, this will come back to us.
It'll come back as a public hearing, and we can have that on December the 6th at 6 p.m.
All right. Tyson, thank you very much.
Thanks. Have a good evening.
You too. Next, I guess, so we are, that concludes the open work session. We'll now go into closed work session. We appreciate everybody coming tonight. We do appreciate you coming. We are going into closed session, so we're going to have to close the door. So thank you very much. Y'all have a good night.
Yo.
Huh? No, I've had it.